this is coming from a place of love and support, and to try to get a better understanding and conversation between actors and people who are casting things / young filmmakers. Okay, number 10. Don't ask in the questions on Backstage what attracts you to this project. Why do you think you would be the best fit for this character? What do you think you can bring to this? What made you apply to this job? Don't ask that. It is the stupidest question to ever ask. We apply to things that fit our criteria. For me, it would be white, male, 40 to 50, and can pay a certain amount of money. That's it. I've been in a bunch of things that I don't think were well written, but if you pay me, I'll show up. I don't have to be passionate about it. That's our job. Number 9, pay something. More than a sandwich, more than IMDb credits, and more than $100 a day. Delineate yourself from everybody else by paying just a little bit more than everybody else is paying, so that people who know what they're doing, people with careers, people with a history, are going to pay attention to your project. And we're not going to do that if it's $50. You're not going to get anybody that's any good with an asterisk. They may have just showed up yesterday from Oklahoma and be a genius, and they're 22, straight out of college, perhaps, and they're looking for tape, perhaps. But for the most part, you're not going to get anybody that's any good for $50 a day. Pay an amount that shows you are serious about your project. See number 10. If you care that much, you should be willing to pay. It may be your passion project, it's not ours. Our job is to show up and be passionate about everything that we do. That's what our job is. Just because we don't care as much as you do doesn't mean we're not going to do a great job. Number 8, if you post something and say, send us the audition via a given email address, always respond when you get the tape, and always download the tape. I have gone through the annoying process of hanging up a fucking sheet and getting my wife to do the off-camera lines and so forth. And not only do they not respond that they have received it, but they don't even download it because I can see from the WeTransfer or whatever. Don't do that. Number 7, don't say or operate under the auspices of we are giving consideration to those who reply first with an audition. So many times I see we're going to be looking at these as they come in, so better get them in. Why would you, if you care about a project, give consideration to the people who are first in line, presumably because they're the most available to just record an audition at the drop of a hat? Don't do that. Which leads to number 6. If you have a deadline, stick to it. Again, countless times I have tried to get things in on time, and I have, only to see the person go, oh, well, turns out we're extending the deadline. Don't do that. It can't be both ways. It can't be we're taking a look at whoever comes in first, and then also, we're extending the deadline. Number 5, if your sides consist of just a few lines and or a bunch of action, figure out something else. Have a big character description. Oh, this person is this, and he's deep, and he's complicated, and we want to see and then they send me like 3 lines, and it's just like, hi, I'd like to order a Dr. Pepper, please. Well, hey, that's not a Dr. Pepper. Have the sides be something of substance, and do not have a bunch of action in them where the person is killing somebody or getting killed or run over or he's brandishing a gun or whatever. Nobody looks good doing that. You're not setting anybody up for success. maybe you want to look at their other stuff, and maybe you want to send them a different piece of material. Number 4, be completely transparent in your initial post, what you are expecting from the actor. If you expect rehearsals, then you need to say it in the posting, because we should get paid for rehearsals. When we look at the posting, we see this role pays this much money for this many hours. That's all we're considering. When all of a sudden we get the part and they're like, well, we're going to have, 3 rehearsals, and we're going to, which requires, driving and all, just put it in the initial post. It's very easy. Also requires rehearsals, or rehearsals will pay this amount of money. If it's a night shoot, say it in the post. If it's an hour outside of, Los Angeles, say it in the post. Number 3, don't act like somebody has gotten the part if they haven't gotten the part. In other words, don't interact with an actor in a way that makes them believe that they have been cast when they haven't been cast. Countless times I have been made to believe that everything is, oh, we got the dates down, we've signed the, and then it's like, we've decided to go a different way. Don't make somebody, and you know what that means, don't make somebody feel like they have gotten a part definitively if they have not. Number 2, always watch the material of somebody that submits to your project. If you care about it enough, take the time to not just look at their photo, take the time to actually look through what should be a bounty of material available to you on these sites. I'm on Backstage, Casting Networks, Actors Access. I know that you can see almost everything that I've ever done. If somebody submits to a part, it is up to you as the filmmaker / casting person to review their previous material to see if they are right for the role, and then reach out for the audition. Which leads me to number 1, no more pre-screens. Now, I can't get Backstage to listen to me. I can't get Casting Networks to listen to me. I've given up. I've tried. But I plead with you, as a young filmmaker and person who casts things, to not play the game of the pre-screen. This is an invention by the casting sites to make money off of you. They don't make money off of us, they make money off of you. Anytime a project comes in and you register a project and you're looking for actors, that's how they make the money. And during COVID, everything turned digital and everything was self-tapes. Fine, okay. We can have our thoughts about that. But to include this option of pre-screen, which is what it started off as, an option, has become a mandatory for nearly everybody. They say, we will not consider you unless you have provided the pre-screen. Don't participate in this bullshit, okay? It is, it's lazy, and it's dangerous, and it's impossible for us as actors to achieve. My response when I submit to something, if we're working actors, we barely have time to submit to things. And 2, I submit to about 50 projects a day. Imagine if every single one of those said, we won't consider you unless you do a pre-screen. It's just untenable. It's untenable, and it's unnecessary, because what you're supposed to do is see if we are appropriate for the role, and then reach out and then have us send a tape. Eliminating anybody who doesn't do a pre-screen is just mind-numbingly lazy and counterproductive. If you are honestly looking for the best people for the job, asking for a pre-screen is not the way to do it. And everybody needs to band together and not do them. If you're an actor, don't do them, and say why you're not doing them. If you're a casting person, if you're a young filmmaker, don't use that feature. It's bullshit and it needs to stop. Well, that's all. I hope this was helpful.